The day is March 12th, 1997. The Chicago Bulls are the defending NBA champions, and they're looking to win their 5th title, led by a player regarded as the greatest to ever touch a basketball, Michael Jordan. And on this day, on March 12th, the Chicago Bulls were matched up against the Philadelphia 76ers. And nobody knew it at the time, but people were going to remember this game forever. But why would people remember this regular season game in the middle of March? What made this game so important across NBA history? Well, the answer is the answer.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Allen Iverson was the #1 overall draft pick in the 1996 draft. He was a 6-foot-tall guard out of Georgetown, and he became the shortest first overall pick in NBA history. This was before the Steph Currys of the world would take over, and before small players had the potential that they do now. This was before basketball revolved around three-point shooting, and this was a league full of giants. A NBA where people still took long two-pointers, and if people pulled up for a 3 on a fast break, they were benched for the rest of eternity. It was a different time in the 90s. But somehow, this 6-foot-tall guard was good enough to go first overall. All the odds were stacked against Allen Iverson his entire life. He grew up poor, and he was raised by a 15-year-old single mother. But this would only motivate Iverson, and he would go on to use sports as his way of getting his mom and him out of their terrible situation. He was the starting point guard on his high school basketball team, and he was the starting quarterback on his football team. Everything was looking great for Allen Iverson. But then, the odds would stack against Iverson even more, as at 17 years old, he was sent to jail after an altercation in a bowling alley. Regardless, when he made it out of jail, Georgetown still had faith in Iverson, and they offered him a full scholarship to join their team. In his first season at Georgetown, he won the Big East Rookie of the Year award and led the Hoyas to the Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament. During his 2 years there, he stood out for his unstoppable dribble moves and his scoring ability. Even at 6 foot tall, nobody was stopping Iverson from scoring. Like I said before, he was drafted #1 overall in the 1996 draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. This was a struggling franchise. The year before, they went 18-64 in the regular season. But when Iverson got into the league, he was instantly a problem for defenders. Nobody had ever seen people with dribble moves like Iverson. He was truly innovative with his handles, and his quickness and creativity on the court was unlike anything we were used to. Through everything Allen Iverson had been through in his life, every setback he faced, he always played with a chip on his shoulder. Iverson wanted to prove that he was the best and that he could go against anybody. And the best at this time was a no-brainer. Michael Jordan was looked at as a god in the 90s, at this time having 4 championships and truly being the greatest we had ever seen. When people thought of basketball, you thought of Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson knew this. So when they matched up against each other on March 12th, Iverson was ready to show his move against Michael Jordan. Iverson had plenty of dribble moves to stun his defenders and get to the basket, but he was known in particular for his crossover. He revolutionized the crossover and did it in such a unique but effective way. He was quoted as saying he learned it from an old teammate at Georgetown, and he knew that he could get Jordan with it.
The guy that taught me the crossover was a walk-on at Georgetown.
Okay.
And he never played, never got in the game, but he the one that, taught me to move, because he used to hit me with it at practice all the time. And my ego, I just put it to the side and said, look, man, you got to teach me that. You got to teach me to move. He taught me to move. And I used to always remember telling my family and my friends, my teammates, like, if I got the opportunity, that I was going to try my move against the best player that I've ever seen play the game.
Okay.
It was time for the two to match up against each other again, and everybody could tell that the rookie was out on a mission. Iverson almost had 30 for the game, and in the third quarter, Iverson was faced against Michael Jordan one-on-one. This was the moment he had been waiting for, the moment he told all of his friends and family about. Michael Jordan was stood right in front of him, and the rest was history.
Iverson draws Jordan now. Watch this. Big, nice play.
The most iconic crossover in NBA history. Allen Iverson not once, but 2 times crosses up MJ and makes the mid-range jumper. It's interesting how he has crossed up people way worse than that before this moment and after this moment. But people will always remember this one because it's Michael Jordan. There was very few times Michael Jordan could get embarrassed or shown up by other players, but a rookie Allen Iverson did it. After this moment, he went on to have a great career. 5 years after this, he led the 76ers to a finals, but they would lose to the Lakers. He would never win a championship, but he is still to this day a fan favorite across NBA fans. Allen Iverson was one of the most influential players in NBA history from a cultural aspect. Before I even made this video, I put a poll out on YouTube asking you guys who you wanted to see a video about next, and Allen Iverson won by a big majority. Allen Iverson is one of my favorite players of all time, and this crossover deserved its own appreciation in a video because of what it meant for basketball at the time. A fearless young rookie challenging the greatest player of all time. Most other rookies in his situation would have froze up in the moment. The pressure of the game's brightest star standing right in front of them would have been too much to handle. But Iverson was different, and it's the reason why, regardless of how his career went, he will always hold a special place in the heart of NBA fans. What's your guys' favorite Allen Iverson moment, game, shot, or crossover? Let me know your pick in the comments below. Make sure to check out my last video where I discussed if Draymond Green has gotten underrated by NBA fans, and the answer may surprise you. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you can vote on who I make a video about next, and leave suggestions for what you guys want to see in the comments below. But with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.